A very good morning. Thanks for clicking on to the Wednesday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. We do have a situation over the next week or so that it will continue to promote a fairly northwest southeast split in weather across the British Isles and across Europe. We're going to continue to talk about heat across parts of Iberia, France, and into the heart of Europe, while we are going to see more in the way of a mobile atmosphere across Ireland and the northern half of the British Isles. Now, when you've got low pressure out to the west, high pressure to the southeast of England always favours best for warmest, driest weather. And that is what we're going to see through the remainder of this week. We're going to see frontal systems eventually pushing into the across Ireland and across the western side of the UK as we go Thursday into Friday and into Saturday. But high pressure will hold on enough that a good chunk of the British Isles today and tomorrow should see some pretty decent weather. Down across the southeast, we could be talking about temperatures into the upper 20s once again. So fairly warm air coming up from the south once again. But as we go towards the weekend, frontal system, the first in a couple of systems over the next 5 days, will push across Ireland and Scotland, the north of England, Wales as well, and eventually into the southeast of England as well. Saturday doesn't look too bad of a day. Sunday looks more in the way of showery, but we do have a fairly unstable atmosphere, despite the fact that low pressure won't be necessarily directly overhead. It will be close enough, heights will be low enough, strong angle sun, lots of energy reaching the ground, and of course that allows the atmosphere during the daytime to bubble up, producing showers and thunderstorms. That's likely what we're going to see. But certainly over the next 7 day period, the mean trough will be centred to the west of Ireland, with the negative heights, extending in across the northern half of the UK. The southeast of the British Isles, much of England and Wales will maintain a kind of positive height field, so therefore always promoting that bit drier, brighter, and sunnier weather. Down across the heart of Europe, it looks as if it's going to maintain a fairly summer-like pattern. Lots of heat, lots of sunshine to speak about. So the 2 meter temperature anomaly is to reflect this upper 500 millibar height anomaly pattern. Looks like this here, and you can see here the distinct contrast between Scotland and the south of England here over the next 7 days here. Certainly warmer than normal across the southeast, and slightly cooler and wetter conditions across the northern half of the British Isles, across Scotland, and back in across Ireland as well. I'm hoping that this chart can load up first so that we can see the 2 meter temperature anomalies. Um, Looks as if it's taking a sweet old time to do so. Certainly, in the month of May so far has been continues to be drier than normal across uh, much of central and northern parts of the British Isles. Now, despite recent rainfall, we are talking about drier than normal conditions still for Scotland. But of course, the very heavy rainfall and thunderstorms, we've seen a few plumes of thunderstorm activity pushing into the southern and eastern half of England, has made May turn wetter than normal in some places. Over the next couple of days, I am going to try and post some of the charts, the statistics from the Met Office, not just for the month of May, but also for the spring overall, which has been warmer and drier. I believe early stats show that this spring has been about the fifth warmest on record for the British Isles. So this is week one. Ireland slightly cooler than normal, primarily because we've got more disturbed weather here. The bulk of the UK, even across Scotland and Wales, is holding on to warmer than normal conditions here, given the slow nature, the slow progression of fronts pushing east. Then week two, we're into the cooler than normal conditions, but the southeast of England still holding on to slightly warmer than normal conditions here overall. Precipitation wise, I need to actually pull up the right map. But precipitation wise, I think we are going to see wetter than normal conditions across the northern and western half of the UK, drier than normal across the southeastern half of the UK. If it doesn't load, I'm going to cut this video off because I don't want to be speaking and boring you for the rest of the day. But certainly it looks as if we have got a fairly classic pattern as we go into the month of June. Cooler weather across the northwest, warmer, drier across the southeast. overall. So week 2, wetter than normal, particularly across Scotland, but across the bulk of the British Isles and Ireland as well. Week 1, you can see here that we do have that northwest to southeast split, if it will actually pull up for me, that is. I know I haven't had a video. Videos are kind of few and far between these days, I'm afraid, but just busyness with family and whatnot, with also work commitments as well as take me away. I've even had an overnight hotel visit in Invergordon, which is about 25 miles to the north of Inverness. I was late getting away the other day there, so I ended up staying overnight. So it's been a very busy time, both in my work life and my personal life as well. So that's why videos have been fairly few and far between, like I say. So this is week 1. You can see here that the southern half of the British Isles remaining reasonably dry compared to normal here. But the bulk of the UK will go into a cooler weather mode, I think, as we go forward here. And finally, the upper dynamics here, if I can pull this up real quick for week 2, just to show you exactly what it's showing. And I do think we are going to see more in the way of low pressure becoming a little bit more established across the UK as we go into the week 2. So this would be the first full week of June. Doesn't look as if it's going to load, so I'm going to close off the video for now, and I'll show you at another time. Hope you have a great day, and I'll be back hopefully in the next few days. Bye for now.